Hello guys, it's Skib here and welcome back to my channel. Today we go for another episode of Little Friends. I have to tell you out there out loud that I'm super into this series for some time now. I have inspiration and I'm in the mood. This city actually started to become way much more detailed than Arndorf, because I made some little mistakes there. Like in Arndorf, I wanted to have the stories and everything, and to make that series happen for a long time. And when I started Little Friends, I was like, hey, no, I want to do only detailing. I don't care about the prop limits or whatever, or how bad the FPS will be, even if I'm going to use a procedural objects. So hence, a lot of details is here, and plus we have a lot of intersections and traffic related places, which I totally love. This is the favorite thing of mine when it comes to City Skylines. Anyways, before I continue my commentary here, I want to let you know, guys, that at this moment on my Patreon you can find a save game for episode 15. Not with this build, but with a previous one made by $2, and everything, of course, that is done before it. You can take it out from there, from my Patreon account, if you're interested. And also, if I'm not mistaken, right now or just a tiny bit later, the episode 17th will be available on Patreon in advance. If you are not going to watch it, well, you have to wait for till next week, somewhere next week, until it will be available on my YouTube for everyone. Anyways, let's moving forward. So I was telling you that the series is way much more detailed than any other of my series, and I'm glad I did that, and I'm glad I'm going to do so much detailing. I'm almost detailing all the intersections, almost all the intersections available in Little Friends here. Even $2 told me that all of them are so detailed, and you can see all the things. Plus, I'm using the traffic manager president to make the traffic flow pretty well. And yeah, the details are on spot here when it comes to this. And today I'm doing a tunnel. Can you call it a tunnel? Maybe an underground passage for all cars to go from this big boulevard, because the traffic was super damn awful before, and now it's like amazing. And on top of that tunnel, top of that underground passage, it will be like a big roundabout. Even though it's a roundabout, that doesn't work completely as a roundabout. I mean, when I say this is because the giveaways are a bit different. So not everyone finding himself in this roundabout will have priority. You will see what I'm talking about a bit later, when I will try and start adding the lines, the decals, and arrows and everything. Maybe that will be more easier for you guys to understand what I mean by that. It's like, I mean, there are lots of these kind of roundabouts all over in France and other countries as well, where the traffic is pretty hard and big, so you can't do the usual roundabout physics. Let's go there. Like it's for Arc de Triomphe in Paris, and in my country as well, where we have that. You don't have priority in the roundabout, even though you have traffic lights too, so it's even crazier. Anyways, I'm talking too much about roundabouts because, you know, guys, I love them. Getting back to here, beside this infrastructure work, you'll see some other extra things. Okay, I was just about to do so. I'm adding like a big shopping area. Why I'm doing this? Well, I've seen a place in Orleans in France where there is a train station, not this commercial area, and it's surrounded and has some really cool tunnels and roads, and the tram lines are pretty interesting there. Too bad I didn't prepare any pictures or something from Google Earth for you guys to understand better. Maybe I should have had that, but too late now. And I liked it. And because we already have a big train station in Little France, and I know that in France and in Paris, for instance, there are lots of train stations and whatnot. I already have plans in a very short time from now to add an extra train station in here in Little France, but I didn't want to add that right now. So I went for a commercial area here in this area, in this particular area, and behind this commercial area there will be some residential buildings and some extra things. These beautiful buildings are made by Smiles, and I will add the first floor to be working as normal. This second floor, even though I'm adding now the buildings themselves, I will change them into procedural objects because I want to get rid of some extra stuff from the roof there. And this is the third layer here. It's a normal building. I mean, it's working as a building. Even though they work, I think beside the first floor, all of the other are working as residential buildings. So people live there, and at the bottom floor, at the first floor, ground floor, call it however you want, I think it's commercial. And the reason why I'm doing these is because they're amazing and because we can play with them. And in order to get rid of the extra ugly rooftop concrete walls, I will add some surfaces like grass surfaces or pavement surfaces in order to cover them, and also to add invisible pathways so people can actually walk on those on them. It will be pretty interesting. You can see everything better in a cinematics at the end of this video. They will show you exactly how things are and how better these places are working. And I will add some extra, some little trees too, because it's green and it looks better. I've seen this a lot of time on many buildings. Anyways, also I'm gonna do the tram line to be green as well, because I like these kind of things, and it's also a thing everywhere, in big cities especially, even in my country. And I totally love to see grass growing, to be grass planted on the tram tracks. This is the passage that takes people from the other side of the road, of the area where this commercial building is, and it will be perfectly functioning when I will add the invisible walkways, pathways. And it will have like two ways and two places from where people can actually walk and take the steps. And I'm adding some balustrades, this one from Monaco, because they're very beautiful and easy to model with the procedural objects to make them as small or big as I want to. And also it's cool that now with procedural objects we can actually color them. So I'm changing the colors to give them an extra tint of beige or yellowish color to make them look more like the buildings next to them. It's something extra, and it's pretty awesome. You'll see that I will paint some of them in a different place, a bit greenish, and it's cool. Here it's the that tunnel that I was telling you about earlier, or the underground passage, in order to avoid the traffic for those who want just to go straight ahead. So it's no need for them to get on top of the road to get where they actually want. And I will cover everything else, all the empty spots, because there will be a lot of empty spots with this pavement surface, which is of course placed down with the procedural objects mode. I'm doing this for two reasons. One, because I can change the entire form, the shape, and also to avoid the proper limit. And all these places near these the tunnel, I'm going to add the same procedural objects. I mean, the balustrades transformed into procedural objects and color, because I'm trying to find the color which is pretty, let's say, similar with the retaining walls there. Even though you see this green, I will change the green later. I found a better coloring. This is the middle of the roundabout, the so-called roundabout, because I want to give some extra light, natural light into the tunnel. See, this is the other green color I found later, which is much better than the previous one, way much better. And it's pretty cool. I also went very careful to make the height of this tunnel pretty okay, so we don't have like buses or trucks or something else hitting any walls on top. So as you can see here, of course, everyone who enters the so-called roundabout, almost all the roads entering the so-called roundabout don't have priority, except two of them. And also, if you are in the roundabout, you don't have priority where you see the dots on the road right now. It's simple, because for those who want to go this direction can take the tunnel, and on perpendicular area for those that want to come from different. I can't explain this without showing you guys. It's very hard. But I guess you understand my idea here and what I was trying to achieve. And to make this even better and pretty easier to understand, and also for the traffic participants and whatever, I'm also adding lines, lots of lines, dotted lines, continuous lines, arrows and whatnot. Of course, the crossings are pretty necessary here. Not all the crossings are actually working, so some of them are actually not there. I had to use the traffic manager president in order to not leave them work, because some of them will kill the traffic. And to make everything look better, I'm using the concrete curbs, so I can add extra, as you saw earlier, extra surfaces, pavement surfaces, so all these corners and everything to be way much better and not rounded, or in some cases the road having too many roads linked into one road. It's a bit ugly. It deformates. The road is not properly shaped. It looks really bad. So I added those extra procedural surfaces there. I'm doing this for a lot of places on this roundabout, but I'm not showing everything because you kind of got the idea on how I did this. On this top of this passage over the passage, I'm adding some little shops. It's exactly the same with the ones from Orleans, where I saw this passage and having some shops on kiosk on top of it. It's pretty interesting. So I went with something similar, and here I'm adding just some extra asphalt surfaces on top of this to make them look a bit better. Extra, right? If you want to go the extra mile as well, as I'm doing this, always add extra decals like tire decals or worn decals, dirt decals, stains, and whatever you feel it's going better. Cracks, damage decals, because the roads are actually not that good everywhere, and we kind of need some extra vibes of reality, I guess, and I can say so. So for those interested to take the save game from my Patreon, please take into consideration that I think you kind of need a very good PC, maybe, can I call it a good rig? Not the amazing one, but a good one. Because you have to subscribe to about 3k assets, almost around 90 mods, and this will of course affect the game FPS, the game. And also beside all of these, I'm adding quite a lot of stuff on in the city. But there is an extra thing you can do, guys. You can, if you are interested, you can also just check the game, the save game, and see how the city looks like. You can delete some parts that you don't feel you want to keep, and keep some of those that you really like, and continue doing the city. I always thought I would love to see some pictures, screenshots from someone who is using my save games, either from here or from Little France, or from Andorf, because we are in Little France. Because I'm curious to see what you guys do, and how guys are you using the cities with your own vision and your own development. It's pretty interesting there. And for sure there will be another video in collaboration with $2. We thought that one more video at least would be really cool, so there will be one more. And after seeing you guys commenting on the previous episode of Little France, I think I might go and talk to some other YouTuber. Why not, to pass the save game to him and see some extra and a different point of view from that person. Like you guys saw from $2 that actually never built a European city, and he always only been to Berlin in Europe up until now. Well, it is easy, of course, to anyone. It should be easy, actually. Not it is. It should be easier for many people to help with Google Earth or pictures, but it's not actually like that. It's not entirely or 100% useful. It is, but not entirely. But $2 totally nailed it big time. Plus he's a great creator, and he has a really good imagination, and that art, the art is in his fingers there. He has what it takes to do really great and cool builds. Even again, he never been to anywhere in Europe, France, which is totally different than Berlin. Any city in France is different than Berlin. Berlin is very modern city. When I've been to Berlin as well, I've barely seen some old buildings. I mean, there are, but not that many. It's like when it was rebuilt, sadly they didn't keep the old architecture that was pre-war, right? Anyways, so it would be cool to see others YouTubers giving a shot to Little France, to this build, to the French side of there, because I've never been to France as well, so I'm only taking inspiration from Google Earth and different type of pictures. And it's pretty cool, because even if you want or not, you have to give your extra touch. Let's call it like that. The extra touch of each of us. I think we are getting pretty close to the end of this video, or no, I think we have 3 more minutes. So we are getting close to the end of this video. I hope you guys do enjoy this, because I put a lot of work, and I hope I can give you, and I gave you some inspiration. I'm always telling you guys, you should, if you are interested to see more of these, you can also follow me on Instagram, because I'm posting there at least once a day, and I'm posting pictures from all my works, everything, and for sure you can get some really cool inspiration. Of course, you can do the same thing for Twitter and Facebook. I'm also very active there too. I have a Discord of mine where I'm chatting with all of you guys and posting updates and pictures and whatever. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos, and if you want to follow this series. And not only, you should subscribe. And if you did enjoy it, don't forget also to hit that like button, because it helps and it gives me a very good idea of your feedback on this. Before we say goodbyes, I want to say that I added here this little triangle near the roundabout, like a working area where maybe there was a building that was damaged and destroyed, or something like that, or God knows. I wanted to add a construction area and some dirt there, some stuff like this, to give an extra thing, because I don't like to see only beautiful places like grass and whatever, and beautiful trees, bushes. We need to add some extra ugly areas too. We need cranes, we need trucks, we need dirt, because we have these all over the world, in all the cities we live and we visit. Anyways, guys, I think it's time to say goodbyes. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Very soon Planet Zoo will start on my channel too. They will be posted in advance on my Patreon. Hopefully next week. But till next time, take care, be awesome. See you tonight on my 100th live stream, and I salute you.